This is Dave Lombardo, and welcome to Amoeba, and welcome to What's in My Bag. Well, being an Amoeba fan, I had to get myself a slip disc. So that's number one. I recently purchased Pink Floyd's first two records, and Syd Barrett, obviously, the band's main influence. I had to pick up the Madcap Laughs, Syd Barrett's solo record.
Please leave us here. Close our eyes to the octopus ride.
I didn't know, but it was produced by David Gilmour and Roger Waters. It's going to be an interesting trip to listen to this for sure. But I had to pick this up. I've been really getting into early Pink Floyd. There's something special about the older recordings that I find endearing and enjoy. So you could hear the progression of the band as you get to, the wall. Their ability, their production, their songwriting, you could hear it evolve. And sometimes the earlier music, like the first two Pink Floyd records, I find those very inspiring because they didn't hold back their experimentation. They didn't care about, we need a hit, it needs to be 3.5 minutes long or 3 minutes long. They didn't care about that. So that's what was special, I think, for me. Let's get into the punk music. I had to pick this up, Bad Brains. When I first heard Bad Brains and the energy on stage that they had, the way they played their instruments, they were ferocious, man. Just the power, the anger, they had the true punk essence in not only their recordings, but their live shows too. And this is a classic album. I had to pick this one up. I don't have this. I should have had it years ago. I would recommend this to any up-and-coming punk fan. You gotta get this one. And I also had to get the Germs. This is another classic. And Jeff Hanneman from Slayer, rest in peace, he turned me on to the Germs as well as all these other punk bands like Dead Kennedys, GBH, Exploited, Wasted Youth. Those bands, believe it or not, fueled the evolution of Slayer. When we first started, before our first album, we were just a typical metal band playing Judas Priest covers and Iron Maiden. But something happened, and I attribute that to Jeff's involvement, and this was definitely the soundtrack to those early days. And Slayer quickly changed into a thrash metal band, shortly after being influenced by a lot of the punk bands. So this is another essential, and one that I really never had in my collection. Although I'm familiar with the songs because I had it on cassette, but I never had it on vinyl or CD. So now, getting into my more diverse side, I had to pick up this compilation, classic albums from 1956 to 1963. Quincy Jones. Another, gotta have it, and it's a CD, but hey, I still have my CD player, so I could play these all day long. Legend. And of course, my love for classic music or 20th century composers. Krzysztof Penderecki is one of my favorites. There's something chilling about his compositions. And anything that's kind of has this kind of dark element, scary, spooky, eerie. The hairs on your arms, they stick up in the back of your neck. This had to be added to my collection. This is another classic I came across. Tribe Called Quest, Low End Theory.
Back in the days on the boulevard I landed, we used to kick routines and the presence was fitting. It was I, the abstract, and me, the 5-footer. Yo, Fife, you remember that routine?
Now, I love the style of music. It puts me in a different groove. And what I like about hip hop and R&B, and there's a feel-good spirit in that music. And I find that in Low End Theory, and a classic, and I love this, and I had to have it.
Have you ever played drums for any hip-hop bands or soul bands?
No, I did a collaboration with DJ Spooky.
Come on, get it, hey, yeah.
We recorded my drums separate, and then he took the drums and took it to his studio and mixed them up. I love music, and music brings people together. And it shouldn't separate musicians by genres or abilities or inabilities. It should just bring everybody together. And sometimes a person's style enhances another and creates a new form or a new genre. And it's always fun to be a part of things like that.
Thank you so much for talking with us today.
No, thank you.